Hey, this is Ian from EssentialTennis.com, and in this video we're going to talk about grip pressure. And this is in response to a comment that somebody left me in one of my previous instructional videos on my website at EssentialTennis.com. And in that video I had talked about how it's important to keep a loose, relaxed grip in order to really have a smooth, fluid swing. I was either talking about ground strokes or serves. I'm actually not sure which. I just kind of recorded his question. And in his question, he commented that if he doesn't squeeze the handle tightly, then a lot of times the racket will twist in his hand. And so his question was basically, how hard should I squeeze the racket? Because I don't want the racket to be twisting in my hand. I want it to feel solid and stable, right? And that's what we all want on our shots, any kind of shot. Well, that's actually not the point. How hard you squeeze the racket isn't going to fix the problem. If the racket twists and turns in your hand, how firmly you're squeezing the racket is not actually what's causing the issue. The issue is having the ball mishit, and it's not hitting the center of the racket. And being able to hit any shot cleanly, meaning in the middle of the strings, is vitally important to your success. Just a quick demonstration I want to show you. If I hold the racket just right on edge relative to the camera, and I'm going to take another racket here and use the butt cap, and I'm just going to simply hit the racket, strings right in the middle. And you'll see that my racket is moving back uniformly, right? And as I'm doing this, by the way, my hand, my left hand here, is very, very loose and relaxed. Now, if I take that same amount of force and now I hit this side of the strings, watch what happens to my racket. Do you see how the racket face pops back? And what that's doing is it's twisting the racket. It's creating instability by hitting somewhere other than the tip of the racket. If I hit, the middle of the racket. If I hit the bottom edge of the racket instead, now you'll see my racket face close. And if I really loosen my grip up, you'll see the racket actually start to shift in my hand. And by the way, I've seen super slow motion video of Federer hitting a forehand, mishitting on the bottom edge. Yes, even Roger Federer mishits. And I've seen him actually finish his stroke with a totally different grip than what he started with because his hand was loose and relaxed. Now, squeezing the racket tight is not how you fix that. That's just a Band-Aid. Even if it keeps the grip from slipping in your hand, you're still mishitting the shot and you're not getting the result that you should. So, a way that I like to really practice this is with volleys, because the vast majority of volleys are a touch shot. You should be soft and relaxed as far as your grip is concerned with most volleys. So what I'll do is I'll set up with either a ball machine or a hitting partner, somebody to feed, and I'm just going to simply hit one volley at a time and be very conscious and mindful of what the racket does in my hand. And I'm going to loosen up my grip as much as I can and just let the ball bounce off my racket. On that last one, my racket popped open a bit. That time it closed a little bit in my hand, so I know the contact was made at the bottom edge. That felt really, really clean. That felt solid. Ultimately, you want to make contact so that there's just no torsion of the racket at all. There's no twisting, open or closed. It's just a dead solid hit. Now I'm going to hit off center on this one on purpose and relax my hand. And you'll see that the racket closed. I'm going to try to do it even more obviously. So that's a type of shot where it's going to feel unstable. It's going to sound like it wasn't a clean shot. And I would encourage you to set something up with a partner with a ball machine to where you can just take one shot at a time, give yourself a good amount of time between shots, and just really be mindful and conscious of what it feels like and what it sounds like. Really kind of take in that sensory feedback and get better at making cleaner contact. If you make contact somewhere other than the middle of the racket, very often, well, the racket should have slid in your hand because that's not where you should be hitting the ball. And it's going to twist the racket. It's going to turn your grip. Don't try to fix it by putting a Band-Aid on it and squeezing tighter. If anything, that's going to hurt your technique and a lot of times your body too. So hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully this gives you something to think about and something to try on your own as well. If you're watching on YouTube and you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and click like. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on any future lessons. Also, if you have any comments or questions on anything that you saw today, you can leave that down below as well. So with that, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you again very soon.